But here we go, we're straight underway, straight into the action on the T side for Gambit here. They turn their attention towards middle. It's looking like a bit of a B split might be on the agenda here. Buster pretty far forward, kick it over towards the construction position, dealing with that mid to B. Has Flit as part of this wombo combo.
Oh, there you go. Confirmation of the commitment. And they're already up. Kick it. Crosshairs in the right place, and so are the bullets. It's two good openings for them. A third as well in the feed. It is interz, though, with a lot of space and the bomb to be planted. This becomes interesting.
Yeah, it's coming pretty quick.
Especially if Axel could provide. YEKINDAR aggressive. He's got himself the dualies and the vest. It leads to at least one. Only interz, three to deal with. They are low, but so is he.
He was looking the wrong way. Jame was actually peeking over the ledge right there. Those silenced USP bullets just whistling through the girder. Eventually goes on down. The defuse comes on in, and this one's handled. Now, VP, you were talking about how Gambit, this is a pretty good map for them. VP we're going way back in the time machine now. But when Vertigo came into the map pool, they were one of the early adopters, one of the very, very early adopters here. We're just sorting that out. Yeah, I didn't know how I could tell you once we were on air. Alex is watching the Liquid versus Astralis game as well, everybody. He's trying to do multiple things at once. And he's looking at the screen, where's the game?
I just looked down at my screen and I'm like, how have I managed this? I'm in the wrong server. Well, Astralis Liquid, if anyone's wondering, 13 to 10 in map 2.
16-1 on the first map to Liquid on Nuke. I think that's the first time they've ever beaten Astralis on Nuke. I know it's a different look Astralis, but all in all, that's a pretty wild thing to keep in mind. And a two-man totem stack there. Flit takes down Hobbit. Shiro cops a bit of a peppering here as well. But I was saying that VP, one of the early adopters,
yes.
I love the utility they have on their CT side, especially for B retakes, right? They have so much good utility for B bomb site retakes. We'll see if we can do our best to highlight it if they need to do any of that throughout here. But at the moment, it's just dealing with this four-spy scenario. And, well, with Shiro being low and Hobbit being 6 feet deep, they will have to regroup and regather to milk the most out of this round. Now, this type of game, if you miss map 1, it does tend to go from 0 to 100 very quick here. It's just the approach of these teams. They like to eliminate as much risk as possible. Molly towards the sandbags, flush out any rats in the system, but nobody's home. To smoke over towards the scaffolding position, and a flash poised and ready for YEKINDAR to swing off here.
Oh, look how many are here. They've got their information, and now they're ready to explode.
Oh, the timing.
Just as nafany pokes his head out of his hidey hole, going hunting, though, and Axel's greeted them with a bullet. And no response as of yet. They are so wounded, though, and if Buster is a little too quick about
really
this,
go back, can they?
They're trying.
Come on now, lads.
Yeah, and that's a punish, but there is still a little bit of time. The fact that Shiro's gotten over there, and with 9 seconds left...
get there in time, old interz?
I'm not sure, no. Doesn't look like he can. So this is all in for naught. And that's the end of the round.
That's the end of the round. I told you it goes from 0 to 100.
Whoa!
Those last 30 seconds.
They just...
Oh, well, they keep everybody guessing.
Just go B.
They just, well, to be fair as well, VP are one of the teams, right? I know there's a lot of detractors from Vertigo, which is fine. So different types of gameplay. You don't have to like everything. I can't make you. But they're one of the teams that do really just like an A bomb site hit. I think Gambit are a bit more versatile in their T-side approach here. But 2 save Galils. And the bigger issue there, guys, is one that's going to... It's like kicking the can down the road right now. They get to keep the Galils for a round like this to be a little bit more threatening. However, the loss bonus, once we get to round 4, assuming Gambit lose this, is going to be miserable. So,
assuming. Now,
yeah,
can make an ass out of you and me. interz to demonstrate. YEKINDAR's aggression, though. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to be losing his M4 or his life, and both now lie idle. YEKINDAR down. Hobbit finishes the job that nafany started, and that retrieval process does lead to his demise as well. A, not only smoke, but clear. And B stairs control. I heard a sound cue. I assume that mid player did too. Kickit will have relayed that information, and it looks like it will be addressed by that of Jame. So, bomb loose. Shiro to scoop it up, hidden within the cardboard.
Yeah, someone's not doing a very good job of managing this site.
Ooh. Keeping himself hidden on the descent. Very easy to show a bit too much on that. But they're in.
Yeah, and you can see Jame playing very passive on the B bomb site here. He's tucked all the way back over. So they might concede the plant here. A little bit of light util out. interz swinging off that. The rifle's in hand with the armor for interz. He is the action man in this one.
Yeah, but they've got a two-man flank.
Oh, look
here.
at this.
Yeah, he couldn't be better. And Kiket's even got so much util. Should they require it? I think bullets will do. And they do. Onto Shiro.
Another 1v3.
Yeah, but this one feels a little bit more manageable. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the... Oh, very loud, Jame. And a nice bait and switch. Flip strikes. And VP, another real solid conversions in their opener. 3-0.
I think I'd like to play with VP members in my little face-it pugs. I think it's just like because they're so calm.
Yeah.
They never seem rushed. They're never getting away from them. They're just taking their time. That's the last thing you want. You know, there's some people who have ants in their pants when they play Counter-Strike. These guys are showing you that isolating these fights, they're taking your time, guys. Just take your time. What's the rush? Yeah, that's the thing. When you queue in for a matchmaking game, you've all signed up for at least 50 minutes worth of games. So don't just throw it away. Enjoy your minute 55 round after round. Savor in it, bask in it. Milk that clock, and here we go. That plant, oh, has gotten the ult for Shiro, and YEKINDAR's down. Buster's forward. This is aggressive from Buster here. Needs to be careful.
Axel's usually so ready for these surprise engagements, but Buster's bested him. One to the dome.
That's one of the head-to-heads you'll see quite a bit over towards that B site as the defaults go. And over towards A, I think you will be seeing a bit of nafany versus YEKINDAR action. But a 4-on-4. And Flit aggressive again here. Look at this active play from VP. I think their identity is slowly changing. Yeah, they're becoming a bit more and more aggressive. And these heads-up plays is what secured them Dust 2. And now this could secure them round number 4. Look at the push.
They're just not expecting this.
Hello.
Oh, and that's the bomb and the AWP. Flit has done so much with that. He knows he's destabilized. He's going to give them the bomb, but the advantage now is secured.
They're locked in.
They can't leave. They're known to be fully committed, or the assumption is made, and rightfully so. Now, the wall of smokes is up, so this is their go sign. They have to be planting before they fade. You can see a lovely lineup from Jame to stop the default plant. Yeah, take notes.
Don't mind that one. Bit more shrapnel damage there with the nade. Smokes are going to fade, and Kiket's already found Hobbit.
And with no plant as well, this one's just going to peter out into nothingness. Gambit are looking flaccid. Unimpressive. And a loud sound cue to confirm that there's at least one there. Jame confirms it as well with a missed shot, and I swear if they somehow faking it out at 10 seconds, they just want one more. The nade on the nose. interz needs to plant now. Bodyguard duty for nafany.
Another nade.
So hesitant. But the bomb now down. And nafany nearly taking Flit out of the equation as well. Peculiar round. You know, I felt like Flit initially, with his flank and frag onto Shiro, had done enough, but Gambit do manage to at least make that one painful and costly.
Yeah, really good util usage there from VP, all things considered, but they do forego that plant, right? And that's the key of what you're talking about there, is the fact that they've allowed them to get the bomb down again, which should facilitate another buy. And this is the opener here. Blind up Shiro through the smoke, gets the kill onto YEKINDAR. Buster immediately tussles one back, so a good play from him to isolate the one-on-one. And then Flit, he gives them no option. They have to go towards A. Is surprising to see how low the clock runs in this one. Actually, I take that back. As Shiro, unfortunate. But that type of a push from Flit is very risky.
But like, let's build on that. We've actually got a timeout. Thank you very much, Gambit. But you've just Counter-Strike. You've just seen his like disbelief that he just got flanked so early. That's also him starting that conversation with his team, right? They've been doing this. This is twice we've been pushed early down that ladder. We're losing mid control. Gambit's knee-jerk reaction is just going to be surely dig your heels in and sit in a default for 60 seconds. Yeah,
and that's what we saw get them a lot of success over there on Dust 2, right? So they have a couple of options here. Now, one of the key things is you could just go towards A with all 5 members and have one person watch the flank, right? And then you never go back. You only go forward, right? That can't happen if someone is always watching the behind. So just that cognizance, right, to make sure that somebody is dealing with that, because if those plays are commonplace. Oh, nice util here. Important molly there from YEKINDAR in the scheme of this game. Now, because nafany, one of the individuals bringing into fashion that one-way smoke to help you facilitate the scaffold push.
That's the response.
That molly right there slows him in his tracks and actually times him out. So here is nafany with a change-up of his own. That nade, I don't think they'll expect nafany so quick here.
Yeah, the nade to imply. Look at this. Look at that, the power of the nade. It's a timing. He's got his knife out looking the wrong way. It's nerdy as hell. But that was enough of a cue to lull them into this sense of security, and YEKINDAR, a rare, complete booking.
Oh, James' turn now. Just the timings back and forth. We find ourselves in a 4-on-4, but the A, it's coming in again. Hobbit nader back, delayed, melted.
Ooh. Easy there, soldier. They are hard committed to this. 50 seconds. There's a wealth of time. But the smokes are up, and that implies a commitment. Hobbits advances again. We'll check in on that utility damage as well. It's very early doors, but it's felt like we've seen at least a couple on the nose with the nades. Smoke again. That's the last of the Gambit smokes, but it does obscure Jame's view, and now interz can start his bomb plant project. Don't see that magical incendiary for Jame. They're all on the site. Yeah, he'll take a tag. Needs a lot more. Because he's completely without teammates. Where is James' squad? No trade. The flash. Oh, kick it just with vision returning. Now we see that retake smoke onto the site. A molly for sandbags. Trying to draw attention elsewhere.
Halfway gone here. Buster needs to make a move, and soon.
Yeah, and interz hasn't moved since that bullet connected, and that leads to a straight bang through the smoke. Shiro, they know he needs both, and just, I think, in the...
He didn't have a kit. He didn't have a kit.
Oh, that was a 5
Kicker had the kit, and there was just no time for Buster to get that one right there. So that kill was everything. The fact that Kicker goes down meant that Buster had no time to run, pick up the kit, and get the defuse. And Gambit snatched the round, but everybody goes down. And I am just looking at that util damage right now. You have 50 on Buster, 70 on Flit, and 95 on Jame, who seems to be doing an awful lot. And you're right, this is very early. So 5 rounds in for them to be having all that.
Yeah, precisely. I think if you accumulated that, that translates into a couple of kills.
Yeah, not too shabby whatsoever. We can call it maybe 2.5 frags right there. But one of the things with this map is if your economy does start to swell, imagine all the nades that you can leave in elevator room that you can constantly harass the plant with over towards A, right? The extra HEs, the mollies being dropped, that might be something to play into this. Teams traditionally use a lot of utility on the CT side to take map control. And speaking of map control, working on some mid territory this time round, looking like they want to accelerate for what should be a B split. Flit will have to deal with 3, Buster with 2 over to the other side.
Flip's really got his work cut out for him, and Buster's about to meet the boost. That cone will perfectly obscure. Ooh. The head still hits it, and Flit actually handles business in mid. He's ready for another. Hobbit at least pulls one out. If he can get this, the site's open for business. Kicker, aggressive, wasn't ready for both.
Hands.
Yeah, caught with the butterfly inspect, and we'll leave it there. Jame, does he really want to give it any more look-ins? The extinguish immediate to imply someone close. It's smart.
Works against them here as well. That is now a wall erected in front of YEKINDAR here. I'd love to get his hands on something a bit juicier than an MP9. Not sure if a Famus is worth that upgrade, and flashes to delay Gambit. This should be their second round indeed.
Can I give you a HUD pitch that I've thought of and will forget?
All right.
So you know when there's a 10-second diffuse, what if it was a slightly different color blue so that we could immediately differentiate between the 10 and 5?
Okay. So we would need to work out if the game can communicate to the HUD
if they have a kit,
in the
API. All right. Dearest lad.
Dear
I'm writing to you today to inquire as to the possibilities.
A different color blue. Just a shade?
I don't know, just a shade. It would just be enough of a subtlety so that you, at a glance, as they're tickling it, you know, just from the top bar.
Okay.
I mean, it's not hard to quickly just run your eyes down left and right of the screen, but it would be significantly quicker.
Well, normally you have an idiot like me going, no kit, no kit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so unless, I'm sure I'm not with you in all of your matchmaking games.
Not yet.
All right, well, the saved AWAP and the Galil for YEKINDAR. He's a pirate.
Whoa, okay. Calling his jets, James. And some
Love
real,
this angle.
It's a very powerful angle, but with a Galil up against AKs, it's ambitious from YEKINDAR. Can't believe he's sticking around there. He knows he's drawn blood.
Well, he's done his job, hasn't he? He's sent them partially
Has
packing.
he? Yeah, you see Shiro and interz deciding to come back, and they'll just pick up that Galil and play hot potato with it. Now, that is a wallbang. Completely books Flit. 98 points of damage, and they continue to pass it off. It's been in 3 players' hands so far. James still has his preserved AWP as well, but we would have to have a real Jame round if this was to get interesting. Gambit should just methodically and clinically push into the site. Look like they're leaning towards B, and I say they. I do, of course, refer to both teams, as you can see, a 3-man CT stack.
Well, I don't see how this gets out of control. for Gambit right now, because the fact of the matter is they have all this utility. If they weren't to use the utility once they get the B lobby control, I'd have a couple of questions. So you can see the mollies being lined up, the util rains out, even the preemptive spam comes on through. So now it's just about cleaning up over towards B. Buster the B defender down, kick it goes as well, and lying in plain sight is Flip at 2 HP. A kill's nice, the trade is better, and it now comes down the question of where's Jame? The new sequel of Where's Waldo?
Actually, a legit idea, by the way. Some marketing.
A Counter-Strike.
Yeah, stop.
Hold up, we're getting so many good ideas. Hold up, let's do a couple voice messages right now.
Marketing intern right now is scribbling notes.
There's Vlad. Hello, Vlad.
Dearest Vlad.
Oh, sorry, dearest Vlad.
You. I want to be really formal with him. We were asking him to do work.
Alex would like to know.
The feasibility, that's a cool word.
Would be possible to illustrate on the HUD and the diffuse is happening if it could be shown.
We can take a poll as well in the Twitch chat. Give us a 1 if you like this split screen and give us a 2 if you don't.
Okay, there's that one. And then the marketing idea, hold up.
Lovely stuff and a great sequence here out of Axon. Notice how confident he was in the timing of that flash from nafany. And a timeout called off the back of that. So VP just looking to readdress, get themselves back into the right frame of mind, because that is 3 consecutive rounds so far with a single save in every single one.
All right, so I'm done now. I'm back in the room.
Good to see you.
Now, this is where a couple of the dramas do start to rear its head for VP. Now, when we referenced it in the last map, it was in the context of Dust 2, but without all the games we've casted of VP, an Overpass game comes to mind that we casted of them where it took quite the while for them to get full buys going, and then when they did, they were able to close the game out. But here on the CT side, it's as close as it's going to get here. It's an actual double AWP CT setup. Jame is the only one with leftover cash to invest in a kit, but it feels to me like VP are more than happy just to operate without it. One AWP over towards B, one patrolling middle, and while Shiro's down towards the forklift room. Trying to find anything over the cusp of that smoke right there. The dismount and the back pedal is... Oh, the slow defaults seem to be Gambit's bread and butter here for rounds.
Yeah, nafany's not... Oh, yeah, he is Molotoved off. It still works perfectly. You can see that was actually a perfect catch of what you've been talking about. Yeah,
and the molly there wasn't a set one from YEKINDAR there. He threw that one on the fly, so you can see it actually fell through and went a little bit deeper than he would have imagined, but still getting the ticks, still keeping them.
Yeah, I mean, it buys enough time for the smoke fade, right? It's either going to force a second smoke or nafany's going to have to readdress.
And then he just pushes forward and actually plays up close and personal here. This is YEKINDAR's favorite place to be.
Yeah, it's him against nafany. This is the battle. Okay, nice vision from YEKINDAR. It is a hard one. Bit of a favorable one-way for the T's. I'm surprised James sticking around for that. Yeah, we'll call it quits as the Molotov is thrown. Bottle broken.
Still have mollies for this here, so kick it. It's going to get hot under those toes, mate. Flip will need to bail you out with the smoke, or you need to run, and he will.
You just saw the trajectory there. You can see Hobbit was posted up. He's not going to fall for any of their silly reindeer games.
Well, they are dropping back here. Axon needs this kill into B, or it's going to force their hand. They have to finish A right now, Gambit. 20 seconds.
Pedal to the metal, hard commit. You can see they're suddenly sprinting in. It is going to be a bit of an on-the-fly maneuver. One smoke, it's not enough. It's insufficient, but so is the shot from Jame. They can actually get in and now kick it down. Flit as well is all onto Jame. He can't deny the plant. Buster rotating in and a double AWP, no kit retake. It's not fun for anyone, at least not in the VP jersey. Despite the 9 HP, this really does favor Gambit, and it's still got the AWP, so he is as potent as ever if Shiro is the first to click. And whoa, what a one out of Jame. He's found an AK and using it well. On the angle is interz. And now a time-sensitive mission. Buster does not have the kit or the hope. Missed shot. That's it. That's another for Gambit. Call it 4 consecutive. And Buster, yeah, just looking for a constellation here to grab the AWP and get the hell out of there.
Yep, and he will. And that is a war cry from nafany right there, the one trying to get the team fired up. A close round again, right, in VP. If Jame had invested in that kit, they would have won the round.
Did he have the money?
He had 3.4 or 3.5k left over, but the reason he doesn't invest is so that he can continue to buy the orbs. Now, a bit of a drama there, but look, 4-4, still a close one, and the saved AWP might see us go for another buy round, because this is what it changes, right? I know that they end up losing this round, and all the power to Hobbit there. Little great maneuver from him, finding 2 massive kills there as they mantle up into the site. But check out the buy right now from VP, Alex. Buster was able to drop the AWP to Jame, and because Jame had over 6k, he was able to drop 2 silenced M4. So this buy looks much better than it could have, but they also could have had a round. So, oh, there we go. Nafany first in, best dressed. YEKINDAR goes down this time.
Oh, Buster. Buster has so much to deal with here. He's warded him off with a bit of his util of his own. But already, this is a disadvantage that they were operating with. You can see they're on a retrieval mission. Flit is taking some risks in order to acquire it. Where has that gone? The mysterious lost rifle. It
might have even gone flying off the map.
Oh, yeah, and it might lead to his death because he's got to cross back and at least gets the info and lets Jame activate. Deep smoke to peek over should he require, but yeah, Flit's communicating that they are already swinging into the site. This is a real high-octane moment now because Flit tucked into the elevator. It's Jame again to deliver the frag. Double.
Yeah, interz should consider getting out of here.
Especially with Hobbit's position. Look how powerful that is. Great catch from the OBS team.
They can go back towards B right now. That Hobbit is cleared up and over the top. It is Buster that needs to get
idea. He has
Buster in the lower deck. interz is stranded. Where does he go?
Yeah. What an eye, Joe.
Hobbit.
This is a great recovery. This was a 4v5 with pistols and Kev.
All interz needs to do is live. Oh, Jame, what?
How is he aware?
What?
He considers it.
Come on now.
I mean, maybe Flit's just thrown a cursory, could have slipped into the comms. But yeah, Jame, a cursory glance at the perfect moment. That's a read.
What?
And that is quite the reaction. That could have spiraled.
What is that?
Despite the 2v4.
Has he got Spidey sensors or something right there?
Yeah,
it looked masterful from Hobbit. Felt like nobody had any idea what was going on.
Silences nafany for a round.
These pushes have been the undoing of Gambit. So he just what?
No sound cue. He was walking.
Okay, Jame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I think I might be cheating.
Yeah, I just turned around and well, it turns out he was there. So we win. Yeah, simple as that. All right. Well, money in question for Gambit now. The back and forth nature. This game, you know, when you see all the little details of it, I know it feels drawn out for the viewer, but the details of it are baiting out util, understanding the positioning, knowing each other very well, playing out the rotations. It's almost death by a thousand paper cuts here on either side of the server. And it is going to be the buy back in from Gambit. 2 AKs, a Galil, a Deagle, and a Tech-9 walk into round number 10.
But isn't that also the beauty of Counter? That you can have your own vision for how the game should be played, and we can have all of them be effective.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what's so cool about it. This game has, you know, I always try to describe it as Counter-Strike is like being given like artisanal tools with no instructions. And over this 10-year period, we've just watched as those tools we've got better and better with them.
Yeah, refining them, right? We're going through the Bronze Age.
Yeah. Except right now, like, you know, we've got into the space age. We really are like fully launching our billionaires to the moon.
Here's the thing, right? Even with this opening kill, these don't even decide the rounds between these two teams. As much as in certain situations you go, oh yeah, there's the save coming on through. But these individuals are able to punch back quite heavily here. And oh, Jame, considering this, nice little nade. Big bit of damage.
Yeah, well timed. Flash for sure.
Flash.
That is a cool one.
I like that.
And Nafany's cleared sandbags and starting to crawl. There's about 7 seconds on those.
Walking the tightrope right there, and they're coming through.
Into the head, more to come. Smoke starting to fade now. Nafany's in a real prime position to at least disrupt. He's asking for first contact here. He's just wants his teammates to hide, play off of his contact, try and catch at least one. Fumbling for the bomb.
Got a kit this time, at least on Kick It.
Yeah, but Kick It could be the first to fall. He is. Oh, at least exposed. Nafany unable to find the head, and things will peter out. Only 20 HP, and he's loudly hunted down.
Shot from Jame. Oh, and a yell back from the other side of things.
I think we're going to start seeing a bit of a warring chance. I think, you know, it does bring the best out of both teams when you start the shouting matches. I've got fond memories of the EURMR. There was a lot of that. Seeing Hampus and Snappy go head to head. And now nafany, he's known for his roars. It's good to see VP return in the favor, and James definitely having a game right now.
Big round to win right there. Taking a little bit of a look, obviously, for the context for everybody. This winner of this qualifies for the quarterfinals minimum. The quarterfinals will play this Sunday. And the winner of this will also set themselves up to play against either Godsent or Big.
5 HEs for the T side. I wonder if we get to see something rather exciting out of those.
I wonder if this is actually just destined for Jame, right? If they can actually push these players back off the ramp and then knowing that Jame is likely to play headshot, he's likely to play on the site with the AWAP. See if you can use that to push him back, but he's very forward and has a bit of a shooting gallery here. YEKINDAR's not having any luck peering down this ramp, is he?
Yeah, not today, or at least not here against Gambit. They definitely have his number. They know his flight paths. It doesn't seem to have cost them too much. Flip, known to be on the sandbags, and those nades could be well destined. There's another one on Hobbit, could finish the job. They confirm he's still there, Hobbit. Dunks him, and finishes.
Okay, it is getting costly right now. These are a few too many casualties for VP.
2 weapons as well.
Yeah, you'd love to start establishing a bank, but here he is, the bouncer buster. You're underage, mate. Get on out of here.
Oh yeah, this is your birthday? What's your star sign then? Go on.
The funny thing is, the bouncer's asking that question.
He hasn't got a clue, has he?
No? Like, are you,
yeah, what are you?
You're just going to go off the conviction in my eyes? Like, what are we talking about here? You've had too much to drink, mate. I don't drink. I'm just here to dance.
Yeah. Typical Scorpio.
I don't know how Axile's going to get a lot done here. Hiding in plain sight, sure, but the kills aren't coming his way.
A sec. And interz is too. Buster and Jame at the top of the scoreboard and delivering in the absence of YEKINDAR. But this is Vertigo CT sides. I think actually when I was referencing his super slow starts on CT sides, Vertigo is at the tip of the tongue. He can come in absolutely punching into the T side, regardless of how slow it may be here on his aggressive maneuvers towards that ramp. You're up against Gambit. They know what you're up to, and so far have booked him more often than not.
Buster, he's going to bust you. Then we can make like a rap video about that. Here we go again. YEKINDAR just trying to keep nafany at bay. Tasked with that head-to-head.
A 3-man short walk. That's a boost, is it?
This isn't bad, right? If you do this boost and you have Jame spotting, right? If he just holds this line, then they can keep and retain this boost. However, a lot of people from playing your games at home would know, actually dismounted, that if you don't have somebody there, it is very precarious, right? You're worrying about players coming up the ramp scaff as well as pushing you here over towards the short position. But looks like they are moving the setup around. Flit going to link up with Kick It in mid, and we can see with this beautiful bird's eye view that they are just combing their way up ramp, silent as you like. A molly lands, Jame drops back, Hobbit takes the space, and Hobbit almost with the kill right there. Jame.
He had a real chance. Jame
can't go anywhere.
Trapped. YEKINDAR, big contribution. He's actually opened up the account here for an 8th round. interz already walking with a little bit of a wobble, and Flit continues to post numbers. Damn, that's the bomb. Flit, dunks, and this one just peters out. Nothing left of Gambit. Axile's job was to stop the Buster maneuver, but this round he's absolutely nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, and we just have to recall the amount of times we've seen that happen already. So you can understand why Axile's a little bit disconnected here, but this is one of the qualms. If you just keep going back to the A site, not a lot of diversity in the play, the B defender is going to start taking a bit more space. And if you're not able to keep multiple aspects of the map busy, then it does become very one-dimensional, this playbook, and Gambit's buy going forward has to be in question here. Lack of the plant. We're likely looking at just a pistol upgrade for the next round of play. But YEKINDAR finally finding some success, so I'm sure he's going to be quite happy with how that one just trended for him.
Does seem like the Gambit Vertigo formula is up for debate now. Oh, Hobbit. An absolute cracker. Skull breaker. Buster, who has been quite the nuisance, now forced to watch as these boys from Gambit try and make a Deagle Kev work.
Yeah, I know that's a big kill to start things off, but this is going to come down to how they want to play the rest of the round here. So they're elevating Shira up behind the wooden boards. It looks like they just want to go for a 5-man finish onto B. I thought they might try and be a little bit trickier. Hobbit in mid takes some damage. A second player jumps on up, and Kick It's actually dropped on back. So This could be a B retake here. Oh, sound cue. That's going to have been heard.
Flit wants to leave middle. And they're already in. Oh, in the movement. Could have gone horribly wrong. Doesn't seem to, though, as the bomb actually does go down. nafany falls in his defense, but still, they'll take 800 bucks each. Hobbit with 1 HP, up against 4. Good luck, have fun. And he's dead in 3, 2, 1. So, we do see a 9th already. Not only winning the half, Chad, but coming in hot pursuit of 10.
Yeah, and this is the thing. It's looking really good for them right now. But if you're a VP fan, maybe cross your fingers and your toes, because last game, it was looking great for them too. And then it got close, and closer as we went into OT. Gambit, they're not afraid to mount a bit of a comeback here. They definitely have it in them. But this is great. They're not wincing away from the fights, just getting stuck on in against the pistols here, so some confidence in the individuals. But back underway we go, and the double AWP's busted out one more time as Buster gets his over towards the B bomb site. Jame back over towards A. Util lobbed on out from either team, and YEKINDAR with a different looking Molotov this time round. nafany has the space to work with, and surprisingly YEKINDAR is going to play behind the sandbag, has a smoke for himself, and the amount of times they've mollied it and nobody's been there, well, this time round, someone will be. How are they going to believe if they see that extinguish again? Keeping a bucket load of utility here, Gambit. Still have 2 smokes, truckload of flashes, some HEs, some Molotovs as they start creeping up this ramp again. Oh, they know that they know there's definitely a player there. The smoke trajectory, it didn't come from the site this time round, so YEKINDAR under a lot of pressure. The flashes to get him out. He's actually peeking through it while mid control is being taken here. Massive gap to work with.
Yeah, they know the CT's looking elsewhere, and as Flit returns, he gets a rude shock. I say that, yeah, I can't believe it. He nearly gets them both, and he does by virtue of Kickert's trade.
They shouldn't have gotten away with that. Flit, that was a very wide swing there.
Yeah, and completely, I mean, I think he was assuming it was clear. Just returning to his old turf, his old territory.
Well, all that util I was talking about, it's gone. We've got a smoke and a flash now. 3v4, 35 seconds.
And YEKINDAR caught off by nafany there.
Baiting him in. Oh, here comes the flash.
Jame turns it wise, but he's exposed. Oh, he needs to be getting out of there. Dropping util will go down. nafany's doing everything he can, everything in his power to pull his team through. Kick it fast on the flank. 10 seconds and another headshot. That's an easy plant, surely uncontested. It's planted safe, elevator side. And they know where you are. A tag already seals his fate. The pistol equipped. Shiro and nafany establish an unbreakable crossfire. Smoking kit's great, but Kickert, he is just booked here. And trying to isolate 2 1v1s is a near impossible task, hoping Shiro is plagued by one of those deadly sins. Not to be today.
Huge round from nafany there, right? 3 massive kills, and Jame looked a bit like a fish out of water there. It was just caught out in multiple occasions. The flash, if he kept holding the line, would have been his undoing regardless there, but got stuck on that little cone as he tried to make his way out of there, and probably should have been Gambit's round anyway. That mid progression by them, playing contact mid while drawing the rotation, it was a very good call. You could see by Flit, caught off guard with the widest swing. Still were able to make it work here, but it was nafany who was the one to break them on through into the site right now. And well, they haven't broken VP. There's enough for a buy here for round 15, the final round here within the first half.
And our observer team highlighting the extra retake utility left at CT. Some HEs, some flashes. Shiro trying to hunt over the edge of the smoke. YEKINDAR, will they be ready for him this time? nafany's been pretty switched on for YEKINDAR's positioning. Oh, and a nade onto his chest. Leaves him a half health pin pull as well. YEKINDAR not going to go hunting around that edge. He just wants to control Scaff. And oh, that's the end of nafany.
Very cheeky.
A big find. And there's so much more support for YEKINDAR. This hunt or for the trade is not going to come easy. We get the info on the cross.
Slid the gap right there from Jame. Oh, he's going in. YEKINDAR's going forward. What is going on?
I'm not sure. A weird combination of passive and aggressive nature led us to a 4v4, and Jame actually sticking around. He's got to worry about short.
Yeah, they're really losing the understanding here of just how much space Gambit can take.
James calling for backup. Very late on his re-smoke. He's already faced with a smoke. He does have some support on short. Elevator rotate, Flit leaves mid, and actually, he actually hunts for info. And Kickert's got a huge gap, a huge double. Shiro, Axile, and the bomb.
Couldn't have gone better for Kick It right there, and more aggression coming in.
Yeah, interz, nice shot into the head of Flit. If he could find Kick It on the re-aggress, swings into Scaff to neutralize, and now, well, with 20 seconds and 3 players, that's the end of that. Call it 10-5. Now that is not bad of a T-Hall, or rather CT Hall. We'll swap them over now to the attack, and we'll take a quick break before we get to see if VP can really lock themselves in for the playoffs in 2-0 fashion.
What up, future pros? I have a nifty fast A smoke I saw Apex throw to help you on your pistol A rushes. You throw this smoke from the T spawn.
This is their map, Chad. What is your expectation for the second half?
Look, as much as I think that this is a great map for Gambit, this is a different looking VP.
It is.
Right? They've been quite aggressive. They've been happy taking fights. They've been very pushy, finding gaps. And now that they're on this T side, looking like they're going to turn their attention over towards an A play. 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, and the shift key being hit. Just one man making steps to fool Shiro, who's peering on down into the lion's share. Nafany 2 chips away at YEKINDAR here, but here they come.
Yeah, and they're ready for this, at least in terms of players. They've got 3 on site, and if they give them the space, this is what VP want, right? You want to force them off, and then the Utah will fly. I see a smoke already leaving James' hands. A Molotov as well. Nafany forced off of short, and the second smoke to follow. Trying to be cheeky with it. No blood drawn. That changes. Hobbit finds the head of Flit. They're all around each other. There is about to be pandemonium as these smokes start to fade. The bomb starts to be planted. So many are here. It's deathmatch on this A site. Hard clicks, overwhelmed by the USPs, and it looks great for Gambit. Nothing really for Jame to do other than hope and pray. He gets some individual jewels. What a adjustment. And he's found another head. Jame, 2 dead, would need a full 1v5. And that's surely not going to happen. They do overwhelm him, using their numbers to their advantage. So, call it 6, and a split pistol this time on map 2.
You superstitious?
Not particularly.
I'll ask you again.
Oh,
I need a definitive. Are you superstitious?
No.
There has not been a single game so far in the best of 3s for IEM Winter that has gone 3 maps.
Not a single one?
Not a single one.
Damn.
So the question is now, will we be the first to buck that trend?
Well, obviously, we are powerless. We do nothing.
Oh, to cast a curse, right? You don't believe in the superstition, but the people at home do.
Oh, yes.
And the people in production as well.
We hold all the power.
I don't know what it is, but we have something. Now, that plant has given VP something. Look at the rifles coming on out. AK, Galil's, Scout in the mix. Util, not their friend, but if they wait out the nades, they can give themselves a pretty 50-50 environment here.
Ooh, and yeah, VP have already managed to make good use of these Galils. Who needs nades, Chad, when you've got 4 Galils and headshots?
Where did that go down? Can you see a little X on your radar over there?
No.
I'm not sure where that kill was. There he is default. So, bang, that must have been a big shot. Well, Hobbit gets one of his own. Space taken, player spotted, Flit down. Round, looking unlikely now for VP.
Yeah, despite the opener, it is very much back to regular scheduled programming with the pistol win under their belt. VP opting to not only force, but prioritize the rifles. YEKINDAR's AK project cancelled. And I mean, we talked about it all one way.
Yeah.
You get your little toes exposed as you swing up the ramp. It might just shave a full 15 off of that clock. You can see the juggle of the bomb. Intention on Kick It.
This is going to make things a lot harder right now for VP because he had that forward position. I think they were hoping just to try and explode onto the site here. But now to hit some more shots. Buster chipped away at down to 10. And if they get the bomb down, that's great. But I don't think that's even going to happen. James still over towards B. He would love to die to get this loss bonus here. And I think interz will greet him with a bullet. Hobbit will steal that. Round over. Interz gets the final kill. And 10-7 the score reads. And I think very quickly we'll see this. Because it should be a freebie for Gambit here. One of the easiest rounds they're probably going to play in this entire map against Glocks. Now, that was the Buster shot right there. He got up very quickly. Axel doesn't tend to go down so easily, and that was the battle we saw within the first half as well, right? When Buster was over towards B and Axel was defaulting on that side of the map, they had a few back and forths.
Do you want to do something fun for the eco? Why don't you do this one in an Australian accent?
In an Australian accent, as opposed to what I normally do.
Yeah.
The problem is when I go full Aussie, I can't not swear.
Yeah. No, I was just being facetious because we used to do that back in the day.
Oh, in Aussie accents?
No, but just choose an accent for the ecos.
Hello, governor.
Yeah. Oh, not bad. I was trying to do American and I got lost. Hang on. No, no it's not there. I thought I had like the basic California girl in me.
Okay.
It's not there today.
All right. All right, guys. That's the cowboy.
That's not bad.
Axel now. Posting on up.
Oh my god, seriously brilliant nade there. You see Flit dot down to 18. That's a low number. Axel, no issues. Oh, brilliant stuff here. And I'm nasally as hell as we see an 8th. Could we call it 9?
Get this guy a pumpkin spice latte because he needs to chill on out.
I do.
But no, I don't know if we can call it 9 because at this juncture of the game, the rifles will come out for the Virtus.pro. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
I think it's very bad luck to say Merry Christmas.
Very bad luck.
Very
I thought you weren't
luck.
superstitious.
Yeah,
I thought we've established this.
That was the irony.
Ah, okay. Well, this is not necessarily a pivot round, but you'd love to see VP get on the board early with their T campaign here.
Yeah, I just want to see YEKINDAR start to activate. This is where my expectations are set for him. I don't really have anything to complain about yet, but coming into this first gun round, you got your full AKs. This is where the space has to be crafted. It's Kicker that's actually taking a lovely little pop flash, yeah, onto nafany's close corner. You can see YEKINDAR's mid-project he is tasked with, and he's got Flit alongside for the ride. Nade between the wickets, and one in response as well. Yeah, this is a high-level game. You can see great catch of all this utility exchange, and nafany, off the back of a bridge smoke, will just completely deny anything for VP early in towards Fulcrum.
This is the same as what we saw at a Gambit, right? A lot of feeling the map out, and then once the utility has been rinsed on through, they tend to finish over towards the A side of the map here, and I think we're seeing the regroup into that type of a play, but they will need to deal with nafany. Galil in hand.
And good for 2-3 out of the nafany spray. All body shots, no less. And now Hobbit will finish the job. It's all Galil's in the feed, a 5-man between the two of them. And not really needing the rest of the squad. Gambit do take the 9th and do so convincingly.
Yeah, setting up a couple of waypoints, right? We've get through nafany, then you have to get through Hobbit, all those cheeky beaky corners that are hard to clear where they should be good for a minimum of 1, right? Even if nafany got 1 and was traded here, then Hobbit probably gets 1 and was traded. It gives enough time for the rotation, allows them to set up. But much neater and much tidier to get it done just between the two of them. And he loved the call right there. Groove in the background. I think he almost smiled for a second as the timeout is called from VP. And I did get some tweets coming in because we asked the question when we had Gambit playing Fnatic just yesterday. And I was like, well, where's Finn, right? Because we were expecting to see him return. Obviously, he can't be with the team for the majors. Someone said because of his ban within the majors that they're going to stick with Groove for the time being. There's the little details here in the way that they communicate and whatnot. So they're sticking with Groove to close out the year. So double duties from the coach of Gambit, running the show and coaching the boys. And it's a bit of a hodgepodge buy coming out of VP here. We'll have the AK for Kickit. And I know he said YEKINDAR, but Kickit tends to be the player who can make these miraculous plays over towards the A ramp. So probably wise to have the gun in his hand now. Steps in, nafany's aggression while the AK's down.
That was such a quick reaction as well. Well, that will really just take what little steam they had out of the tank.
See that smoke right there on the ramp? That is their own smoke from VP that nafany just used against them to cross on the upper ledge, right? If that wasn't there and they had actually crept through, then it would have been a fight. nafany wouldn't have had so much room. So thinking on his toes right there, nafany. I just love how Gambit hold on to so many nades, right? You get these certain teams who they want to throw, the B, stop molly, and then you throw the smoke down, and they're happy to throw the U2 early, then just transition, and Buster will need to be very diligent here on this clear, otherwise Axel should finish him off. Buster low, aggression again. nafany, the only man over towards A right now, as the rotation is being called on back over, and here he is, just a bit of a pest, but
wow.
I'll deal with him, and
yeah,
they might be able to even get to the side if they're
especially
quick.
With this gap. I mean, he's closing rapidly, but they're up a little, trying to hide. You can't from Hobbit. And the bomb cancelled as well. A well-placed nade to secure the 10th. Running out of players. Buster's on the wrong side of the map. I mean, he might maybe have a little bit of an element of surprise, but I think they're all too familiar with where he was.
Yeah, I think they'll work it out.
Last spotted on B and absolutely dead silent on A. So Axel's ready.
He needs to die as well.
Bang.
And he will. That's fortunate because the lost bonus can come through. I heard that. I think that I think that's a fine one. I think we can hold up. Let me check. To English.
Did you heard what he said?
Yeah. Well, there's a couple that I say when I play with them. What?
I think it's because you're not typing in Cyrillic.
Cyrillic?
Yeah.
I'm Googling now. I think Harosh means good.
Well, it's like they're off gates.
And Davai.
Davai is their off gate.
Davai is like
go.
let's go, I think. Those are the ones we can say. We all know the ones we can't say.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of Counter-Strike. You know, you also learn languages.
Or learn bits and bobs of languages.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all of the inflammatory language of every competing culture. Buster breaks B. Flit will pause, but a great catch. Now, with Axel dead, interz activates and starts actually to tuck on into this off angle on the box. It's a very powerful spot. Many players opt to catch the clears with this off angle.
Oh, I like this boost too, don't we?
Yeah, well, we haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I think we had it with Complexity, right? Blame F and Co were rocking this, and they also had Poison play Sandbag with the AWP to be a bit of a safety net. But here we go. You're about to see it in action.
Yeah, and YEKINDAR's not going to be ready for this. He's going to be focused his attention on sandbags. And that's the intention, at least. Trying to bait them in. And just like that, problem solved. And
4v4.
4v4, yeah, precisely. Now, they're actually considering more. They've got a CT smoke for the site if they want it. They have thrown it. I wonder if that's going to destabilize and deter Jame. He is faking it out, doesn't want to go down to a hunt from Shiro, and reveals himself not to be caught by any stray shots. Now, time becomes an issue.
And the smokes as well. They will need to plant here. One more smoke dropped on the site, but they need to get the bomb down. Massive problems, 20 seconds.
Yeah, and a great counter flash as well. This VP utility's really running out of steam. nafany defends, but 13 seconds and they will get it down. The frags have come through. Jame connects from the sandbags. And the last second, again, we see these two teams, they are happy to operate in a chaotic 20-second window.
Yeah, war of attrition again, right? Like, who has the most utility left over there? Because that smoke to the right-hand side of the site facilitated them to be able to fight quite cleanly over towards the short position. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to get away with looking for those jewels. They would have had to worry about straight in front of them towards spawn, the elevator room, as well as the position right here that you see nafany fragging from before he gets cleaned on up.
You know, I'd argue with when the rounds are like that, when it's 4v4 and then in 20 seconds left, we'd be better off watching it from that bird's eye perspective.
Ah, because the kills, it's so hard to keep track.
You know, unless the observer gets lucky with his choices.
True, it's true.
When it is that, maybe we experiment with that.
And then we catch the kills on the replay.
And I can also, and then we can see them in the replay, but I can also actually understand the to and fro.
There's too much happening in 15 seconds to properly articulate.
Yeah, unless you want me to just read the kill feed and then you can make a tweet about how great it is to listen audio only.
Well, sometimes we do the radio cast.
Yeah, but
All
obviously
you're listening out there on the wireless. Haven't had Henry here to say that for a while.
I get it for your drives and stuff, but that isn't the primary intention of our words.
Oh, we'll see. Maybe we'll have a chat to the obs team, see what we can do with it. There we go, a little shoulder. Not enough to entice a peek. Jame smoked off, and already in Axel. You get the better of Buster this time, aren't you? That has been quite the battle, realistically. I don't know what it looks like in the head-to-head, but we've seen Buster pick Axel a couple times. We've seen the shoe on the other foot here, and I think now this is where the number disadvantage is really going to hurt. Shiro could rub some salt in that wound. Flash through. Nice little flash there, using the environment. There's a little slit of a window that Flitz just used to get that flash off.
Yeah, and it's far enough away that it is a perfect pop.
Well, there's the one way for Hobbit to play around. This will buy time at the very least.
I mean, it's so known, right? When you hear it, when you see it, you're going to assume there's a player there. So it will just buy time in the fear of it.
Yeah, this is what I talk about, right, in terms of taking the risk, being risk adverse. Oh, a boost over as well here. So the constant puzzle solving. Hobbit spotted something, and YEKINDAR too. Bullets through, interz low, and away we go.
Plenty of time for this. Util starts to rain on out procedurally. nafany, he wants to go looking, and Jame greets him with a bullet. YEKINDAR as well. It's flowing nicely. And Axel, he was so blind. Nearly finishes the job there onto Shiro. YEKINDAR tags him up to half. The bomb planted uncontested. And does Shiro fancy his chances here?
He's not bad in the clutch, is he? But 1 on 3.
Flit hasn't moved a muscle. His little backpack might betray him.
I don't love his chances here. I think Shiro is just hanging around to get an exit and then save. Flit having a sniff around here.
Ooh, I didn't know you've got Foley working, yeah?
I smell the AWP of a could have been good. We'll workshop
a Russian mun?
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll work on it, guys.
Yeah, and Flit does manage to deny it without anything more to be said.
Ooh, loser of this has to play FaZe.
Or big?
No, FaZe. Loser of the Big versus Godsent game, I believe they have to play against, let me double check, they have to play against Fnatic.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you could have a Fnatic versus Big or a Fnatic versus Godsent as the matchup. But we do have Big Godsent coming up next.
Fnatic undefeated.
Well, not
in
anymore.
best. I hadn't finished.
Okay, sorry. In best of threes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. The narrative now.
I'm just reworking it.
The Spinmeister.
They did concede their best of ones in their opening affair, of course, against the aforementioned Gambit. Tool task, I mentioned. Oh, and Axel again loses his duel. Buster, good for it. He was boosted up this time. At least gets a little bit of help, but it's still him in the head-to-head. Onto Axel Shiro. You're not going hunting.
He has to. They need to get something back.
Trying to level the odds. He's got interz to at least try and provide some support. It won't be with anything more than his weapon. He hasn't got any nades equipped. Flit happy to wait this one out. Oh my god, on the fade. nafany with an ambitious one. You can understand where that's come from. I think Kicker did catch a glimpse of him, and Hobbit, no smoke. Does have a one-way to play around instead. He's still alive.
Look at the nades.
Yeah, Buster will finish the job. So 1 on B, 1 on A, and top of the scoreboard for Buster as he pulls VP closer to a 13th.
Well, they're both here, but the flank coming in. They can just bide their time, wait for Flit to seal the deal on this. No need to push the issue just yet, VP. And they're across, slip the net. Call this one done. Flit should have secured this with the flank, and he is taking his time around the world. interz down. Shiro, we know where you are, and here they come. That's a nice quick shot, but...
Just need 4 more of those. There's 3 more of those.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to try and chase him down here, I would believe. Hickett's already trying to take space over towards B. Need to be careful with the footsteps. The double-layered nature of this one here. You can hear all those audibles directly below you, and up the ladder they trundle. And there it is. Buster opens and closes the round. And 13 it reads now for VP. This is looking very, very good. And when you look at this game, you can see how default heavy it is, right? Just by the nature of this constant fight that I'm mentioning time and time again. And just through different variations of ways to pick. One of the worst spots on any map, right? I think B Mirage is up there for me. And the B bomb site here on Vertigo, it's so difficult because if you look at the ways that Buster has killed Axel, it's always been through something different, a different boost, a different way to jump on up. And Axel has to be aware of all of that. But look at this, Alex. Look at what Gambit are left over with. The money's not there for a buy. We got a 5-7, 2 P250s, and a Deagle. And, well, Hobbit's USP is already gone. I think frustration really starting to mount right now for Gambit.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Undoubtedly. And Virtus.pro, I mean, this for organization and for the players as well.
Good way to end the year.
It's exactly what they came into this tournament in pursuit of, right? An upper bracket run, an undefeated one to the quarters. You weren't present over in the last 8-team tournament over in Copenhagen with Blast. You had extra time to prepare. Gambit the same.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? We were talking about that lower bracket where Gambit will have to play against FaZe, but then obviously Fnatic and then Big/Godsent down there as well. And only one of those 4 teams, or 4.5 we'll call it, will make it through the lower bracket into the playoffs. Whereas the winner of this is in, the winner of Big/Godsent is in to Sunday at least. We already have G2 and Vitality locked in on the other side of the bracket. That's Group A. And if you're unfamiliar with what's going on the B stream, we still have Liquid versus Astralis going on. No, wait, we don't. That ended, didn't it? I said every single series was over 2-0. Liquid eliminated Astralis from the tournament. So Astralis are out. And there's still another lower bracket match to go on. Very shortly, that'll be NIP taking on OG. Right, so you're going to have NIP/OG versus Liquid.
Who you got for OG Nib?
Ooh,
OG.
I think OG.
Yeah.
I think OG. I think it's their time, right? I think it's definitely their time, and then an OG versus Liquid could be a very good matchup as well. So I think that OG might have the mustard to get them through that one. Ancient maybe NIP if they want to look for a punish against OG. It's a map that they got away without playing for a while, but 14-10. Guns back out, and no Shiro AWP.
Nafany can see what he's in pursuit of and confirms no project early towards Scaff. Now this boost, they've been doing it left, they've been doing it right. Axile's been pre-aiming this time.
Just different variations.
If he goes down again, he's going to be punching his desk. He's looking the right way, and a perfect find. Buster loses his head on that B stairs boost. This time opting for the left railing for our audio-only listeners.
But is that the difference maker, right? Is Axile getting that kill the key to them winning the round? Because now it means that interz doesn't need to hang around at B. And he's been chained to that bomb site because of Axile's deaths time and time again. He can keep the task of holding mid, which is now where Flit is trying to vacuum up some room. James scoops up the bomb. Kickit continues his march towards A, but Flit is the man. Oh, looking for the plan as nafany's forward the flash. It's not great. Vision still there for Kickit. A few bullets hold them at bay, and Molly will push him further back, and there's 35 seconds left.
Yeah, but look, Flit has been the superstar for these boys, and again, this time, he's met his demise early. So with 30 seconds, yeah, VP, they're going to have to stomach a very uncomfortable commit.
Well, they're going to go for it. Okay, here comes the smokes. Here comes the mollies. Interz and Axile to receive.
Oh, nearly finishing the job there onto Axile. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Trying to remove his silencer. Trying to make it easy for them. So they just threw util for fun?
Well, no. But I think that front sight smoke was enough. Yeah, it was enough. So there's plenty of money left over here for VP to go for another buy. Jame will even get a kill on the way out the door. Nice. That should silence the chase. And 14-11 now. Do Gambit really have a comeback in them here? Mirage is the decider. You could see it there just for a split second in the top right-hand side of your screen if we need to get there. And I'll mention it again, not a single best of 3 so far during IEM Winter has gone the distance of 3 maps. Easier, 5 across the board for Gambit in this next gun round. Still have everything they need right now. And do VP want to opt to do anything different? Do they want to take a little bit more of an aggressive stance, or do they want to let Buster keep working? Now, this is one way from nafany negated. Coming through, the flash is good.
Oh, Kickit knocks him down. The entire A defense lost to just the one man. Quite the find from Kickit.
Yeah,
and VP,
aggression.
This is the very best opportunity they will see. You don't get a double entry with no points of damage bar Kickit very often.
In a 3-on-5, don't let them get up, right? Do not let them stand up. Keep them on the ground. Keep pummeling them here. Shiro's going forward.
Yeah, it might be flashed. They might swallow it. Yeah, at least one on the rebuttal and no punish. Shiro worried about short. He's trying to do everything for the squad, and VP are hoping Buster can do it again. One more time in the head-to-head. Axile, oh, he's clawed it back. A 3v3 is found. They are getting up, dusted themselves down. Oh, and VP, this is going to be so frustrating, especially for Kickit, given the hard work he's put in. Flip's not ready. He is dead. Shiro's found it, and 3 frags to the good. Gambit have come straight back in with a vengeance. Shiro on the rifle, and good for it. James got 30 seconds to solve the conundrum. And to finish what Kickit started, denied Gambit not only get up, stand up, but scream towards a 12th. What a recovery from them, and slowly starting to chip away at VP's confidence.
That is a big problem right there. You're not going to get too many more rounds where Kickit can give you a double kill onto the A site. That is a blunder and a half right there. Axel worried about mid and B, still gets a kill. Shiro, it looked like for a moment that he was completely lost, because when he was flash forward on top ramp, he had his booty exposed to multiple players, expecting them to be channeling up short, but that wasn't the case. That is dropping the ball right there.
Sounds like a Saturday night for Harry. Timeout number 3.
You didn't want to let that one marinate?
I couldn't remember exactly what you said, so I couldn't say it again. Something about his booty being exposed.
Yeah, and dropping some balls.
Yeah. VP have certainly done that. As has Harry.
Oh, here they go. Money enough for a buy here, but next round they're only going to be looking at a loss bonus of 2,400, so a plant or some saves feels almost essential here.
Or maybe Kicker just does it again.
And that's the thing, right? That was a risky maneuver that they went for right there, and I think the fact that they weren't able to convert, we might see them go back to the slower plays.
Yeah, and don't forget that nafany was also caught out mid-jump with a flash as Kicker emerged from his smoke. You won't get that state of play. Oh, Flip, what a lovely little timing. He's actually just on interz jiggle. Slipped. I don't think he does. He might have the reaction shot. Interz is dead. Here we go, 2 to the good again. They can't lose another one of these.
Well, they might.
Especially with Axel, he's so comfortable. Look at this, this is so cheeky. Flit's not ready, and the recovery is on. Gambit right back into the server with 2 of their own. YEKINDAR forced to hit pause. That smoke will fade. Hobbit is in pursuit of it, as is Shiro. Oh, spotted out. YEKINDAR in limbo, does have to back up.
They're going back towards A right now. Hobbit, he's not out of position. They are playing retake, however, no utility to help facilitate this for the CT side, and the Ts, well, on the other side of things, have a smoke, a couple of flashes and a HE, but indecision. It was the devil in the previous. It's looking the same this time round.
Yeah, the mother of all. In comes Jame. He is going to go for a full-on plant. It's uncontestable. Uncontestable. Gets it down. Brave from him. And Shiro dead. VP. Looked like Axel had done enough to make this a competitive one. He has slipped through. I think he's under the watchful gaze of YEKINDAR if he does choose to give it a look in. Hobbit to tickle to try and pull YEKINDAR into his crosshair, and it works wonderfully. Now. Very easy to throw this one away. That's the kit, though. Time sensitive for Hobbit. Does have to go for a 10-seconder here. And he will just commit to it, trying to hope and pray that James somehow forgot to play. But that's 15. VP, second time's the charm.
Oh, okay. Well, if they dropped another 3-on-5 situation right there in their favor, VP, they would have been smashing more than a desk or 2. That would ask some questions about what the bloody hell's going on. But they're able to convert that one right there.
Dastan can keep his hair.
Yeah, look, Dastan is a guy who must have... I don't know how he keeps his stress levels so low with how late these guys play, right? He must just sit there and do some breathing exercises throughout. But this is 3 opportunities they have right now to close this out in 2-0 fashion, book that playoff spot, get themselves into minimum the quarters on Sunday. And there's the flip side of that with Hobbit not dropping 39 kills this time round, still with a contribution of 18, but nobody yet to hit the 20 frag mark for the Gambit boys. On the other side, 22 for Buster, 21 apiece for Flit and Jame, 18 for Kicker, and YEKINDAR, well, he's only found 15. Imagine if he got let off the leash at some point and had an opening or 2. That could be the deal being sealed right here.
Yeah, but an embodiment of his mental state. He's actually thrown over an AK in place of a Galil.
Ah, okay.
Gives it to Buster, which makes sense given the frags he's been up to recently. 22 and counting. He's been taking space, been having impact, and his B lurks. So don't forget, that's like one of the hardest roles to have tangible impact on, but he has.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? With this map, there's a lot that people need to consider here, because if you continuously pressure A and the CT is aware, they tend to lean 3 players, which means the B defender traditionally on his own. And then, well, where's the pendulum swing? Putting pressure on that defender. He only has so much utility. You take B lobby control. There's only a few places you can hold in that bomb site. But that right here has been the story of the game for me. The back and forth between Axel and Buster. Is this it? Is this the final round of play? Interz into an MP9, a FAMAS for nafany, not a single defuse kit in sight right now as every penny is spent.
early utility drop. Shiro exhausts his resources. Exile, you can see just the amount of variations he has of his early B plays, but Buster hasn't come knocking just yet. He's happy to wait it out, just worries about the ladder push initially, so he's got multiple responsibilities, and yeah, well, this is indicative of something rather all in. Held at bay, a light sound cue as Kiket's toes are tickled. Shiro and nafany looking for answers.
It's just stalling tactics here, isn't it? Just more nades to help pepper on away and hold them at bay, but this will fade, and the fight will come.
They don't have many answers elsewhere, right?
No, but they've extremely committed VP to this, so the fact that Gambit is scared to push B, they're worried about mid, those are constant avenues that VP have used here, means that these three defenders on the A side will have everything to handle without info. They don't know when the attack's coming. Axel has B lobby control, but that's about it.
This is quite the setup. Look at the way they're doing this. The short slip held by Shiro, ready for the three-man response to ramp. Now they strike in unison. Double out of Hobbit. High impact from him as the veteran of this squad when it matters most. Jame,
time's a problem.
Did avert his gaze. They are light on time, and nafany.
They're flanking.
Perfect time. Perfect timing on this. Jame, the sixth sense kicks in. Shiro at least maintains. And Shiro doubles up. A hard clutch for Flit. Does manage to evade the initial spray down to 65. 3 closing in on his location. A tickle on the bomb. A flank as well for good measure. And VP will have to give it another go. It was a weird buy for Gambit. It was light on nades, but their setup alone. Best VP. The read as well.
Huge from Hobbit. Massive stuff from Hobbit right there, right? The fact that he's in that position, you can just see how isolated he seems, using that smoke as a bit of a wall. 2 big kills. And the rest of his team are able to scrap their way into this. So not done yet, a Gambit. And they're the ones who have actually put an awkward financial situation to the discussion of VP here. But Shiro as well, he's been a very jarring force with the Silent Stem 4 over towards A. A couple of rounds he's had impact, and this one seems way too easy for Axel to hit those 20 kills. Now, interestingly enough, they have juggled an AK across into the hands of Flit here. Loss bonus at 1900 in the next round of play. So there will be enough for a VP buy. If you can get a couple of kills here, that's what VP are hoping for, right? A couple of kills. You need to get 2 to 3. Make Gambit's life a living hell going into the final round of play. Their finances are pretty rough too.
Hobbit set for success. God, this is perfect out of Gambit. They're in the right place, and that's the right frag. YEKINDAR at least able to recycle.
Their biggest issue here is nobody else invested in armor. So they have the AK, sure, but they'll need to hit some scorches and one-taps. And again, seeing YEKINDAR drop that, I think his confidence might be waning a little bit here on Vertigo.
Do you think the AK goes in the green bin or the blue bin? When you're recycling it? I think, actually, yeah, you got explosives. You've got to be careful with that. It's probably green bin.
Well, we probably need to take it apart. Because there's some wood on there, obviously metal.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to separate them into 4 different categories. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not often you see YEKINDAR not willing to go for a little AK one-tapperoonie, right? His mechanical ability, his crosshair placement, normally fantastic. And well, this is a stalling tactic, everybody. You sit back, you wait out the CT-sided utility, you allow them to rinse through their nades, and I guess the drama right now for VP is there's still 3 Molotovs, 3 smokes, and a couple of flashbangs left on the board right now, and they do need to die. They do need the loss bonus here, and if Gambit are aware of that, they might want to give VP enough rope to hang themselves, because is Jame just going to save this?
It looks like it.
Well, he's done the maths, all right? Jame is somebody who is quite quick with the numbers, right? On the right-hand side of your screen, left-hand side for me, Jame has 1,400 smackaroos left over, right? So he can buy head armor. He has a smoke, so he can either get a Molotov or 2 flashes with that. But he's going to have everything he needs other than the AWP that Buster could drop him. So as we're doing a bit of accounting here, live on air, it can work.
So do you think then, when they were all just standing still and not moving, it's
working it out?
Well, not only working it out, but also the longer they wait before the rest of the peons commit, the less space they can cover to get Jame save.
Yeah, buying a buffer.
Yeah.
They're very good at that, buying a buffer for Jame.
Yeah.
And he has teammates to die for him to make sure he stays alive.
So as soon as Flit dies, they essentially just wait so they can save. 15 to 14, let's see. You've got exactly, you went for the double flash option, the variation.
Are we going overtime again? That's the question here. Smokes exchanged, and VP very light on with that util, already down to, not a lot here. Gambit are set up for success here, set up to go the distance one more time, give us those bonus rounds.
Their A setups are so varied. I mean, this is a incredibly high-level game of Vertigo, and you've seen Axile's B stairs variations. Look at Gambit's A setups. This is another one for the list. He's actually got 2 to contend with.
Double swung on.
Yeah, he's actually got the info safely, though. Fair play to him. Didn't quite nail the nade. Option 2 is just as good. And whoa, there's Soldier. Axile has gone down. Now, this could be hard to stomach. Look at the react. Gambit completely abandoned the A defense.
Hobbit with the ramp control at least has some info.
Needs answers, still has none. It could be one guy with a couple of flashbangs. He wants it, still has a smoke, and Kickert's got the headshot. VP, they have the man advantage and the rotate's on.
It's on Shiro.
They're so quick here. They're ready for it, but YEKINDAR is 2. That's the headshot, 2 remain. Oh, okay, YEKINDAR handing out some haircuts when it matters most. This is the last round of regulation, and VP seem to have done enough. Quarterfinals a single click away. It's interz up against the entire VP squad. And that's going to be YEKINDAR's 3rd. Lovely stuff. Virtus.pro, a full 30-round game, but they take Gambit's Vertigo away from them and locked in for the playoffs of IEM Winter 2021.